How's it going, guys? This is David, your U.S. representative for QSP Knife. We had some great shows, Blade Show Texas. We also went to the Oregon Knife Show. I guess it's their 46th annual knife show for the Oregon Knife Collectors Club. So really good show for that. And a Blade Show Atlanta's coming up. So a little bit under 40 days, so about 38 days as I'm making this video. I'm going to be showing you through some of the new knives that we have coming out, so you can kind of get an idea as what you might see at the show. We should have it available to see and purchase at a Blade show in Atlanta. So one thing that's super exciting, so we won an award. So this is the first award for QSP Knife, so Best Factory Fixed Blade. So thank you to the judges, thank you for folks that attended. This is one thing that we won. This is the first award for QSP since 2017 when we were established. So this is a very just honor to have an award for the brand. This is going to be the V2, so there's two different variants for that, so be mindful of that. So once you see this little thumb ramp, that's going to be the V2, a little bit longer handle, so if you do have a smaller hand, you can always go for the smaller one for the V1, but this is going to be the knife that we won on. That's what we have for QSP Knife. So also subscribe so you can see some of these things coming up for you as well. This is a D2 blade, it's going to be about $80 for the retailers. It does have also the clip for that, and also you can just do the dangler if you want to do it that way off your belt. But we're going to go through some of these. We have probably about 10 or 11 knives coming up, getting into kitchen knives also, so really good response that we had so far for those. So we're going to turn down to the table and actually go through some of these as well. So these are some of the ones that we have available. So we're going to go through the kitchen knives first, so you can kind of get an idea of that. I am missing one of them because they did sell before I could actually show it off to you folks. But this is going to be one of them here. So kind of just a very good size knife here. So this is going to be under $100 for these guys. And then really a good thin blade. So it's going to be a nice profile for doing all the work that you want to do for the knives. So good size, cheese knife, something that you're going to have for more of a paring type of knife. So this is one of the Damascus ones. We also are having a material that was really well received. It is a copper Damascus, also kind of more of a San Mai style. So not San Mai as far as that brand name, but it does have the outer layer, has more of a copper on it, and actually as a VG10 or maybe a 10CR center core, which is a VG10 equivalent. So this is going to be another one for us. So again, for the size, the weight is going to be really nice for the blade. So as far as balance-wise, you're going to be pretty much right at that choil area. So it does have more of a ridge here, but your finger is going to be up in that front section. So you're not going to be really digging into it too much for that. So very comfortable for those things. And anybody that picked it up was surprised by the weight of the knife. So if you like a really heavy blade, this might not be the thing for you. But if you want to have a good balanced blade to be able to do your cutting for you, this might be a way to go. 14C28N for this guy. And I think whoever was in Texas, they're the one that's got the one with the copper in it. So that's going to be one of the samples there. So again, very good weight for it, nice balance for these knives. If you guys have any questions for things, let me know in the comments below so we can go through things a little bit more if you have questions on the release dates and everything else. So we have one update. This is going to be one of our more popular models for the Parrot. So we're going to have the Parrot here. So this is one of the prototypes. So it was running on washers, and it's going to be running on bearings going forward. So there's going to be the guy here. So it's going to be about $33 for it. But if you're looking for more traditional blade shape, instead of the other popular model which we have is the Parrot or the Penguin. So the Penguin is going to be the one that is going to be a really popular one for us. So this is going to be the difference between the two knives. So Penguin on top, Parrot on bottom. So if you'd like to have more of a traditional drop point blade, that's where the Parrot comes into play, and actually will do well. About the same sizing. It's a little bit different in the actual style of the handle, but we do also have this in micarta if you actually would prefer a micarta blade. And also, I mean, if we ever have some dealers that pick this one up, I think it'll do very well as well, because then the Parrot is still one of our top sellers for us. So folks are liking it for the style and the way it performs. So that's a good thing about that one. But this is going to be in bearings, so there will still be the ones on washers that are still out in the market, but the new ones coming out are going to be on bearings. So hopefully you folks like that as far as how the action is. It's going to be really smooth out of the box, and then a lot of people like the way that functions. So one of the new ones that actually I don't even have yet, so it's going to be the Swordfish. So that's going to be this one here. So this one's going to be pretty similar to some of the price points, some of the other knives that we have coming out, but very aggressive blade shape, 14C28, and then this is going to be about a 87 MSRP, so it's going to be less than that when it hits the market, unless some people pick up also dealer exclusives or anything else that they want to operate for these knives. So really nice blade shape, also going to be a good length, so 3.6-inch blade length for this guy, so a little bit bigger than what we have in some of our other knives. So that's going to be how this works. So I mean, I really like that blade shape. I think it fits this very well. For me, the one that actually has the holes in it, I think is going to be one of my favorites. So when this one comes out, so this style here. So pocket clip is going to be here. So that's going to be with that standard wire pocket clip, and then you're going to have that blade shape, and then that handle material or handle shape for it. So nice accents to it. This is kind of similar to also some accents we had in the Kestrel, which you're going to see a little bit later. So now wait and check that one out as well. But I think that's going to be doing very well. Let me know as far as any of these knives, what you guys think, what you guys feel that should change, because we do listen to the community. That's one thing that's nice about it, as far as being able to check out some of the things going on with the community. That's what happened with the Bison. We had the Bison, and then did the Bison V2, and the Bison V2 is what we won the reward for. So that's the way it goes. So we're going to start with these. There's going to be the ones that we have on the table. So we're going to have 44, 45, 46, 47, and 48. This is only one of the variants that we're going to have for it. So 47 or 44 is going to be the Lark, and then we're going to have the Kestrel, Hornbill, Grebe, and Grebe T. So that's going to be these guys here. And then you've already seen the other model that's going to be the Swordfish, and then you saw the kitchen knives as well. So we're going to see what these look like here as we go through. So the first one is going to have basically two different deployment methods for the knife. So we're going to start with the 44, which is the Lark. And this is just one of the variants for it, but this is going to be the guy here. So pocket clip is going to be reversible, right, left hand. You're going to have deployment methods on the top here. So you're going to have the regular flipper tab, plus you're going to have front flipper. So you're going to have this way, you can deploy it here, or you can do the front flip. So two different ways to do that one, and again, different handle materials that you're going to have for this guy. And this one's going to be probably going to be out, well, coming out soon as well. So most of these are going to be second quarter for the blades. Ask the dealers about it so you can pick it up when it's available for these blades. So nice neutral handle, and then it's just for folks that like to fidget, that's going to be something that can actually meet your needs there. Next one up is going to be the Kestrel. So that's going to be the 45. This is just one of the models as well, and we'll have these at Blade Atlanta. So if you do want to have one of the prototypes, you can buy it at the show. So that's going to be something nice. You're going to have kind of one of the original ones. It says sample on it. It's not going to have the regular model, and then so it's kind of just kind of a more of an exclusive type of thing, or we can pick it up and have one of the only ones with a sample on it. So this is a Kestrel, as I was saying, on some of the ones with the Swordfish, as far as the holes on it, so it kind of matches up with some of those things. This one has the new titanium pocket clip for it, and a different micarta handle as well. So this is going to be the one that's going to be out for, again, second quarter for a lot of these guys. So come by the show for Atlanta to check these out, handle them, picking them up if you'd like as well. And then so you can add it to your collection, and also give us kind of that one-on-one feedback at the show, so we can kind of take it back, work on improving as we always do. This one's going to be the next one up on the market here, going to be the Hornbill, but these are some of the things, again, community-wise, so thank you folks for involvement in different things. So like the SHOT Show coverage, folks are now throwing out names as well, because we didn't have names for it at that time. So you're going to have a very heavily grooved handle here, so you're going to have a lot of milling patterns on it, so it plays with the light, a little bit different feel to it, different look. This one's going to be with the thumb studs as well. It's not as straightforward as some of the other ones for front flip, but you definitely can do it for this guy. And then it does have the lanyard hole for it too. So different blade shapes for it. Now you can also do a middle finger flick with the hole as well. So a lot of deployment methods, and then this is going to be more the premium side of things. So you're going to have some better blade steels. You're going to have that carbon fiber, and then it's just going to be a nice striking look for it. Also going to have that same new pocket clip for the titanium on that, and then 2 mounting screws for those guys. So it has a really good stable feel, and then in use that's going to serve you well. So that's going to be the Hornbill for this guy here. So check these out when you come over to Blade Show Atlanta, or if you have somebody that's going to Blade Atlanta and you know you want to pick one of these up, have them come over to the booth, have them pick it up, and then let us know what you guys think. So there's going to be 2 that we're going to have, the Grebe and the Grebe T. So they are different model numbers, same blade, same handle, different blade. So you're going to have this one, it's going to be the Mulan and Noble. So we've played around with this one back when we had the Mamba. So the Mamba V2 is what we have out now, but kind of going back to it. So Spyderco had the material a lot, and this is like acrylic with a metal mesh in it. So you can kind of check out some of these patterns. So each one's going to be different as you would have for a piece of wood. So you're going to have this one, there's going to be the regular clip point blade, and you're going to have the Grebe T, which is going to be that Tonto blade shape for this one here. So this one, I'm not into Tontos very much, but this I feel matches up very well. But some people again are going to like this style for that clip point. So I guess there's something for everybody on this lineup. So these are new models going to be coming to you. So check out the other models that we have available. So we're still at about 48, 49 different models that we come out so far with, and then we also do have our OEM work, so check out those folks and what they're doing for the other designers and other companies. But there's going to be the Grebe and the Grebe T. These are also going to be the button lock. So this is the first button lock for the production line, and then as you saw on the other one, the Swordfish is also going to be a button lock. So if you didn't notice that on the initial picture for it, then I'll show you that as well. So we're going to have for the knife here. So we're also going to have a penguin slip joint. So if you felt the hedgehog, that's kind of where we're going for it. I think it has a good walk and talk. So in working with folks at the Oregon Knife Collectors folks, which are more into the traditional knives, they like it. And as far as the action, walk and talk, how the spring operates, it is more of a modern knife. So it does have that closed stop pin, so it doesn't have the kick where it's going to be kind of flexing that spring when you push on it in the closed position. It does have a closed stop pin, but walk and talk as far as the half stop and the full open and then the close, I think it's done really well. So that's going to be what we're going to have for hedgehog, as well as that penguin that will be coming out for us. Yep, but that's the guy here. So the Swordfish is going to be that newest one coming out for us. So really the first ones to get a hand of it is probably going to be at the Atlanta show. So check those things out. Again, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments down below, and subscribe, share it, so you can see what's coming out for us next. And we're going to go through some of the older models and actually kind of show you kind of piece by piece as we go along. But that's going to be about all we have to cover on this one. But thanks for coming along, and check out a QSP knife near you.